Okay, if this works, it's a proper game changer, people. This is from Boo and Nicole. They finished developing and they've now launched Omnicast Cement. It is an eco casting powder, but it's not like one I've ever used before. I've got some fantastic new moulds from them as well to demonstrate it with. Now, this is the first time I've used it. As you can see, this bag is sealed. Last time I tried it, it was still under development, but this is now to market. I'll put you the links down in the video description as usual. But let's break down what it says on the bag properly. Let's see if we can get it all in shot for you. Here we are. You've got your instructions actually on the bag, which is great, so you don't lose them like I probably would. Anyway, easy flow, great. Fast curing, so what does that really mean? Initial set takes an hour, demold 4 hours, full strength 72 hours. So this is the different one. Normal eco casting powders, you would be able to demold within, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, something like that. This is 4 hours, and this is why I want to say to you, this is completely different to other eco casting powders. This is a thing all of its own, and that's why they're calling it Omnicast Cement. Bear with me, you'll see why this is important. Colourable, great. All weather, yeah. I think we all know that if you put a normal eco casting powder outside for any length of time, or have water sat in it, or, you know, it won't do it any good. It is not really meant for that sort of use. However, this is. So think of this as being more like what you would think of as cement. It is a very different stuff. High strength, good because it's going outside. Fine surface, yeah, it is. I know when I was mixing up the one that was under development, I had a bit of trouble with the water ratios, and I found it quite gritty compared to a normal eco casting powder. And yeah, it is more like cement. However, it still did pick up the fine surface details. So, and of course it's eco-friendly. Now, as they've finished developing this now, I would expect this to be as good, if not better, than the stuff that I tested before. So here's another area that I found it different. Ensure the moulds are dry and free of grease, of course. Mix water and cement with an electric mixer for 2 to 3 minutes until smooth and uniform. Now, it was fiendishly difficult to mix by hand, unless you were using very small amounts and putting in more water. And our little hand mixers that we use for our resin crafts aren't powerful enough. So we've got one that goes on a drill, but you just stir it up until it runs nice and smooth. Then you can use a vibrating table or tap it and things like that to get any bubbles you might have trapped out. I didn't find it really suffered from bubbles too much. There's a couple of little places, but this time I'll be more vigilant to give the moulds a little tap and a squeeze. I think with moulds this size, we shouldn't have too much of a problem doing that by hand. Here's all your safety stuff. Mixing ratio. Now, this is weird. This is where I struggled last time. 100 to 15. Now, I'm going to enlist Mark's help to measure it again, to sense check it and make sure that we've got that absolutely spot on so that we get this product demo correct, because you know what I'm like with measuring and numbers and things. And he's going to bring in the mixer on the drill as well. Are you intrigued? Because I am. I'm quite excited about this. We'll do this one because that'll make a nice candle pop for outdoors, I think. So this is what happens when you ask a bloke to help you with your craft. You suddenly get a Makita tool and a proper stirrer. Right, we're going to give this a go. I've put water in these and weighed it, and it comes to just over 500 grams across the two of them. So if we go for 500 grams of the powder plus 75 grams of the water, we should have more than enough. That's the theory. So let's give it a go. That'll give us way more than enough, won't it? But I've got a spare mould over here in case. Right, let's measure it properly. Let's get this all on camera. Mark's doing the measuring because he's the one with the brain. And I think we're all set. Right, go. So we want 500 grams of that, don't we? So it's about 10 shovels, isn't it? We're just trying to work with nice round numbers so that we can make the accuracy easier. Yeah, Mark did the maths, not me. Needless to say. I want to use this pot because it's silicone and it'll clean out easy. We are going to try and mix it all in one go, since as we've got the big man tools for doing this with. If we end up with too much, then so be it. I just want to try and mix it all in one go like you're supposed to be able to. And I trust Boo and Nicole, so I'm sure that will be the case.
So how much of this are we going?
75 you said, didn't you?
I can't remember.
5 15s. Yeah. So we're going to start that again. 75. We have got a good few minutes of work time with this, unlike normal eco casting powders.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it then.
Take off the scales then.
Okay. Okay. Still got powder flying everywhere. Go careful. Do you want to bring it into shot a bit more? There we go. Oh, well, the pot shouldn't slide because it's a silicone pot on a silicone mat. So, but I'm holding on to it anyway. That looks to me as if it's mixing better than last time. They've obviously furthered the development some, and obviously the addition of an electric mixer, which they recommend. It said it will suddenly just go. That is mixing better than last time, isn't it?
Yeah.
They said do not add extra water. We won't, we'll be good. We can mix for 2 to 3 minutes. This is looking so much better. Ah, blimey. I'm liking the look of the consistency. Just scrape that bit. Yeah, there's some bits around the edges that Henny's on this side as well. There's a plastic scrapey knife there if you want to stop and scrape the side.
The lump there, look.
Yeah, it's breaking down, isn't it? Look right down into the corners. Yep, stop when you're ready. I think that's there, don't you? That has mixed really nice, actually, hasn't it?
I think you need a bigger bucket next time, because what you need to do is come out and then speed up to fling it all off.
Yeah. Do that in the end. Do that on the top of my jug if you want. Right, that is so much better than last time we tried it. And some of it will be down to, well, they finished the development and testing and everything now, so maybe they have changed the recipe. But also the addition of a proper electric stirrer. And I'm sure that our little craft stirrer... Oh, for goodness sake. You think I'd have learnt by now, wouldn't you? Yeah, our little craft stirrers would no way cope with that. It needed something a lot more serious, so let's see. Well, it takes the colour. It did the colour very, very well last time, didn't it? There we go. Just want a pinky purpley marbly thing going on. Definitely flows. That's nice. You see, it's a very gritty texture. They do call it cement rather than casting powder. And yes, it must weigh more than water because we're going to have to mix up another tub to do the other pot. Might do the other pot just a solid colour rather than try to marble it. Look, that's only done the one. So the powder definitely weighs more than water. So the water trick doesn't work as such. Because we'd mixed up there, which should have been more than enough for both. And actually, we've barely got enough for this one. So there's definitely a bit of a knack to the measuring it up. Trick is obviously make a lot more than you think you're going to need. Right, so Mark is cleaning the bowl out so we can do the next one. I'm just going to go around the bottom and give it a squeeze. These moulds are hollow underneath, so I'll show you what I'm doing. Like that. So I'm just going like this to make sure there's no bubbles trapped around the top. Like I said, I'm going to be turning at least one of these into a candle. 100 grams. There we go. Judging by how much this one took, I think if we go for 200 for this one. 2 drops of the purple. This is Vivid Pink. These are from Homeware Designs, by the way. Now, I've put the colours in first because we want the full colour all the way through it this time. When you see it like that, you really don't think it's going to mix. I mean, that's how it was when we side by hand. You definitely need an electric mixer, don't you? Oh, pretty colour.
Oh, you do what you got to do, and I'll clean this in a minute.
Right, so let's pull this back over, and there we go. Oh, there was a little bit of powder not mixed there. Don't suppose it'll matter. It'll end up buried. It certainly takes the colour well, doesn't it? So for this layer, we're going more purple, less pink. It did kind of fade out down to the bottom.
The scales on there.
The scales. And here we go again. That was a good guess. That's pretty much exactly it. Yeah, so it strikes me if you do the water measuring trick, you probably want about 50% more than you think you did by measuring the water. I didn't do the squeezing on the bottom of this one, did I? We can do a bit of a tapping anyway. Spot on. So this one took 300 powder and, was it 45 liquid water? And this one, 500 powder and 75 liquid. And a teeny little drip at the end. Right, there we go then. We can clean up. I'll see you when these are ready to demold and we'll see what it's like. It should take... It's properly demoldable and solid within 4 hours, apparently, and then full strength at 72 hours. But that initial firming phase should happen within half an hour. So we shall see. I shall report back shortly. Well, I can report. Half an hour, and this is really firmed up. You can see it and still fingerprint it. But yeah, it's firmed up. So yeah, I'll see you in another 3.5 hours. Okay, it's actually been about 7 hours because I kind of got distracted. So here we go. Do you want to do that one?
You carry on.
Okay. Let's do the little one first. So theoretically, this should be a fairly solid colour. These moulds are magnetic, by the way. They're some of the most recent releases. As you can see, there's meant to be a rose on the front, so we'll see how good that looks. See how much detail this has picked up. Oh, that's nice. I was going to paint the rose in, but I think I like it as it is. That is beautiful. Lovely. And the colour has gone fairly evenly. It's still separated. I did want the purple at the bottom, but you can see it's still kind of bled and separated a bit and got a kind of organic look to it. Isn't that lovely? Right. Let's try put your mould back through the right way, everyone. Do that straight away so that the mould is kept safe. Isn't it nice? That one's going to be a candle pot.
Yeah, feels almost rubbery.
It's because of the lovely smooth surface, I think. When they're thoroughly dried, I'm going to use some wax and seal them properly. Although how I'm going to... Oh, no, I don't need to, do I? I might just wax the outside. Oh, look at this. Sorry, I'm being distracted. I might just wax the outside just to get that lovely soft sheen, but they're waterproof. They're winter, outdoor, everything proof. So they don't, strictly speaking, need waxing. But I might do just to give them that bit of an extra sheen and make the colours pop more. Don't know, I'm thinking about that. You don't actually need to. Oh, I say, look at that one. Oh, no bubbles either. Did well with the bubbles. Did I not get any on this? Because I forgot to squish this one. Oh, just a couple of tiny ones. Neither here nor there, really, is it? That is fantastic. Well, Boo and Nicole, we have a verdict. Now, if anybody wants to see me turn these into candles, I'll do that as a separate video. That'll be coming for you soon. But in the meantime, look at that. And theoretically, they will be at full strength in 72 hours, at which point I shall be, turning them into candles. I hope you like them. I'm absolutely shocked by this stuff. Now they've finished the development and we've got an electric stirrer. Wow. And look at what the colours do. That is gorgeous. If you hear any funny noises in the background, the cat's trying to play with Mark's feet. So there we go. Aren't they gorgeous? I'll cut to some glamour shots and thank you for watching. If you've got any questions on this stuff, as I said, it is brand new. I'm not sure if anybody else has even shown it on their videos yet, or whether, I don't know, am I the only one that Boo and Nicole have sent this stuff to? I don't know, but it is in their store. Links down below. Hit me with any questions you might have on it. If I don't know the answer, I will tag Boo and Nicole in the comments as well so that they can perhaps hop in and answer. But I think that's awesome. And going to leave it a couple of days, put it outside with candles in. Lovely. I'll see you for the next one. So here we are, everyone. I am genuinely impressed. This stuff's fantastic. Now they've finished developing it. Now we've got an electric stirrer. Honestly, I can really recommend this to anyone. Whilst it feels gritty mixing it, it's absolutely as smooth as silk. As Mark said, it almost feels rubbery. It's so smooth. Beautiful. No need to seal unless you particularly want to, because this is fully weatherproof. Fantastic, isn't it? So there you go. This combines with the glamour shots. If you have any questions on this stuff, hit me up in the comments. And if I can't answer the question, I'll drag Boo and Nicole in to help with the answers. I think I'm the first one to test it on video. I'm very happy to recommend it. Lovely. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, thank you for watching. And if you like this video, YouTube is about to recommend one up here that it thinks you will like too. So enjoy that one too. I'll see you over there. I've checked the dates. This stuff is available to order right now. They will be starting to ship on the 30th of April. And it will be available in the UK and Europe and the USA. They're working on the shipping dates for elsewhere as we speak. So watch this space. Link in the video description below, as I said. I believe my discount code will work for it as well. Enjoy!